All right, questions?
Coach, could you just kind of tell us more about this process? Chip Lindsey leaves right before bowl prep. You worked with Darin last year. Was he a name that even before he reached out to you that you were thinking could be a possibility?
Everything happened quick with Chip leaving, and of course, we were in the process of getting ready for a bowl too, and so my mind started thinking, and those things that I was looking for that I talked about earlier. I had a real open mind, and if you really look at my past, I've always hired somebody in my tree and all that, but I had an open mind to find the best guy, and I talked to some big time coaches, some great coaches. I really tried to wait till after the bowl game. I really wanted to put all our energy in that, and so then went to work, and since the day the bowl game was over until last night, that's really what I was doing, going out to find the best guy, and it just happened to be Darin Hinshaw. And and you can see his passion. I mean, it stands out. You see everything that I was looking for in this position. The fact that I'm going to give up play calling, I'm going to be a head coach. In this day and time, I mean, I don't know how head coaches can be play callers. I mean, there's probably a few out there that can still pull it off, but there's more challenges than ever before. I'm really excited about the next step in my head coaching career, spending time with our players, overseeing our program. We have our hands full with the NIL world right now, the one-time portal and the roster management. There's just, everything's been accelerated. And like I said, about halfway through the year, I started feeling that way, and so that's how we got to this point.
When you were introduced here, you said you probably want to call plays for the rest of your career.
Yep.
Halfway through the season, you said before you maybe felt there was a change. What changed?
Yeah, it was the change in the new age of college football, in the new challenges of college football. It's not the same, even close to the same as 2 years ago. Just the challenges of being a head coach. And most of it has been, the rule changes with NIL and the one-time transfer, and it's almost now like an NFL roster that you're managing. And so just the challenges of everything that goes with that, and just feeling that, throughout the season, and just the things that I really needed to be doing instead of being in that film room worried about 3rd and 1 to 2. And so it was a process that, I talked with Terry probably, a little past mid-season, and told him what I really felt like I needed to do. And so that's how we got to this point.
Coach, you said midway point. Was there ever any time around there where you thought just handing it over to Chip, or was this something you were going to do at the end of the year? I mean, give up play calling. That's got to be.
Yeah. I think at the time when I started thinking, I think we were top 5 in the country in total offense. So I felt the continuity of the way we're operating. I got a lot of, Chip's a wonderful coach in his own right, and he's going to do great. But when you get in a routine and everything that goes with it, especially, I can't remember, it was after one of the big wins, but I felt strong that we keep the continuity of what we were doing throughout to finish up the season.
How do you feel about the quarterback depth going into next season? I mean, obviously John Ray said he's coming back. I know he had some injury, hamstring issues. He wasn't able to start every game, and then you got 2 guys that have never really played. Do you feel comfortable, or is there a possibility you can maybe go after another quarterback?
Yeah, I'm going to let Darin evaluate everything. I know he's excited. I'm excited about working with these guys in the spring, and we'll see what happens.
Just wondering how important was it to make this hire someone who develops quarterbacks? Just what you say with the
Yeah, that was one of the number one things. It's more about development probably than ever before as far as recruiting goes, and just getting a proven guy, and then real fortunate to not just have a proven guy that's developed quarterbacks, but actually was one of the better quarterbacks to ever play at this school. I think that's very unique with that. And then, like I said before, just me being able to work with Darin for a year to see the type of person he is. And that's what really was a big factor for me too, just finding the right guy. So I had a lot of information on him, and so that had a big factor in things.
In your introduction, you said that Darin's going to bring some fresh ideas.
Yeah.
So conceptually, how much different do you expect UCF's offense to look by the time?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be him calling the plays and running the offense. I mean, obviously build upon the strengths that we have currently, but we got to open this thing up. And, I want Darin to bring his fresh, new ideas. And what I like is when he talks about vertically down the field, I mean, that gets me excited. And I think that'll get our fans excited. I know our players will get excited. So that's what we need, and that's what he's going to bring.
You promoted Addison Williams internally. Did you consider any internal candidates, or was there a lot of interest in this job?
First of all, we got some really good guys on the defensive side. Addison's kind of one of those rising stars right there. He's been with me before. Like I said, similar to Darin, he was off the field, and I knew exactly what I was getting. And like I told you in his presser, I mean, he's capable. He's got that factor. He's capable of being great. And there's not a lot of guys out there that you can say that.
I think Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M, I think today they were announcing he's hiring an offensive coordinator who's going to hand over play calling duties to Bobby Petrino. Is that a discussion you've had with peers in this business of guys who have been in your position that have been calling plays and head coaches?
Yeah, I mean, the head coaches in my tree, we all talk. And, I think, my man Eli Drinkwitz, I think he's hiring a play caller OC. He's a really good play caller in his own right. I think that's just where we're at. Man, if you can still call plays and be a head coach at this level, this day and time, I mean, you're a real unique person. I know there's a couple that are still doing that, are really good at it, but I think that list is going to go shorter and shorter.
Coach, did you see something in the Big 12 this year that made you think that a different type of offense might be needed, something Coach can bring?
Yeah, it really wasn't that. I mean, when I started thinking this way, I think we may have been number 4 in the country in total offense. I don't know. It was just, finding the right person, the right fit that could, make us the best offense possible, score the most points possible. You look at that league, I mean, one of them fixed to play for the national championship. They can score a lot of points. So, it really wasn't so much about the next league as far as this hire, but obviously, you got to score points to win that league.
Were you surprised that your starting center, Matt Lee, decided to go into the portal?
I think we're in a new day of college football. I'm not for sure, there's, surprises. It's just a new day. And like I've told you before, I mean, I think I told you halfway through the year, it's about adapting. And that's what we're doing. Any other questions about Darin?
All right, perfect. Thanks.
All right, thank y'all.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Gus.